Hey, and welcome to Tea Time Friday. Today I'm going to be talking about three things: stress, frustration, and how I made the biggest fool out of myself. Let's get into it. So, stress. I have a problem with one of my students, and it's not your classic kind of student tutor problem. This student works too hard. He is winning all the awards at school. He's years ahead of where he needs to be. I mean, he's amazing in every way. He just needs to learn to relax. And this week, we were literally, me and his mother were literally shouting at him through the door, "Half an hour. We just want you to take half an hour." He should have had a cup of tea, right? It's so important to relax when you're studying. You're going to get major burnout. This is a marathon, remember, not a sprint. Don't burn out at the beginning. Bless him, he's only year 9. I do love him. But he needs to learn to rest. So if you're listening, you know who you are, right? Chill out. Chill out, okay? Yeah? Okay. Number 2, frustration. Now, this is good tea. It's exotic this week. Jasmine, moringa, and ginger. I don't know if you can see. Oh, yeah. Frustration. I have 2 students suffering with a case of frustration at the moment. I have my own toddler, who you can't see, nicely sitting in the corner, nice and quiet so I can film, and another student of mine. Both are dealing with frustration. Both dealing with it actually in very much the same way. Getting annoyed, getting defeatist, stamping their foot, saying they can't do it. But let's talk about the student, because that's just a 3-year-old behaving like a 3-year-old. The student's frustration comes from not being able to do something. And when you can't do something, you sometimes become a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you tell yourself you can't do it, and then when you get a question, before you've even really read the question, you tell yourself that you can't do it. Don't do that, right? Don't do that, people. You are killing yourself in terms of marks. He did a paper, he did amazingly well, but he's got so much negative speech that actually he did himself out of 40% of the paper, right? About 40% of the paper. Oh, I got a leaf. You need to not tell yourself you can't do things. If you don't know that you can do them, just give them all a go. Go in there with a positive attitude. You would be amazed at how much that changes the paper. Now, oh my goodness, I did swallow a leaf. My major embarrassment this week. So, many of you might know, I think I talked about it last week, I was talking in a school this week to year 11s about how to revise study techniques. Lovely school, lovely teachers, lovely kids. Unfortunately for me, as I walked over to them with a giant stack of paper and a load of pencils, I slipped on the floor and went smack. Right on the floor on my knee. The papers and the pens sprawled across the floor in front of all these year 11 students that had never met me before. It was highly professional, and you know how being professional is so important to me. So this is how you know they were good kids. None of them laughed. They just came to my rescue. They were like, "Are you okay, miss?" I'm not okay with being called miss. I want to say that now. My name is Jade. "But are you okay, miss?" They picked up my papers, they picked up my pencils, they set them out on the table. They were the sweetest year 11s ever. And I've met some year 11s. I was expecting them to be a motley crew, but they were so polite. So polite, so well mannered. It was lovely, but it was a huge embarrassment, and now I have a huge bruise on my left knee. So I hope you didn't have any crazy embarrassing stacks of yourself this week. This is Tea Time Friday, and remember, as always, study like a boss.